Ladies, y'all got to start grooming your kitties. And to start, I'm going to be joining you. This is Dale. And yes, I did say she is my beauty. She is my first girl. She was the first out of the first litter to be identified as a female. Also, her name is Dale, and she's wonderful. Today, I wanted to talk about personal hygiene and my personal journey with it. And hopefully, this is funny and relatable. Now, I want to start by saying, for reference, the entire I'm gonna be like brushing her fur the entire time. I wanted to start by saying like I used to in middle school in the first 2 years of high school, I used to dress like a fucking loser. I wore the exact same pair of clothes every single day per year. Now I don't mean like I wore the same outfit and I had multiple like changes of that outfit. No, I wore the exact same hoodie, the exact same pair of pants, like the exact same shoes like every day for a school year. And then the next school year, I'd figure out a different hoodie pant or a different hoodie. It was really a different hoodie. The Adidas track pants were a mainstay, but it was I wore the exact same thing. Now I liked this concept. I liked doing that because one, I liked looking like a cartoon character. You know how cartoons they don't really change appearances that often. You know they wear the same fit every day. But I just didn't really care about myself at that point. I was very, very depressed. I was very like nothing matters kind of moment. So I didn't really like care about like dressing to impress if you've played Roblox before. So it was like for how oh my god, these cats they hate getting groomed. They hate this. They well, what would happen was I would just literally I would take off my shirt and hoodie in like one swift motion, right? And then put it on the next day. And then just go to school, come home, take it off, put pajamas on or whatever. But it was one day my sophomore year, whenever COVID happened. It was yeah, no, it was because I remember it was COVID because I had the mask on the whole fit. Because that was I entered my soft boy era. I come back to school, I'm wearing like light wash jeans. I have some nice kicks on. I had a white button up and like an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit sweater over it with like the collar peeking out. I looked like that, right? Had like long hair that you know what I mean? That was the introduction for me of dressing like not a loser. Now, I say not a loser because again, I wore the exact same pair. It was Adidas track pants, black Adidas track pants, and a blue. Sometimes it was a green hoodie. Most of the times it was just a blue hoodie. Um, I had one with I called it my Sans hoodie, Sans from Undertale, where it was like a light blue hoodie with like a fluffy inside. I uh, I wasn't proud of that, but I wanted to change. I wanted to look a little nicer. And let me tell you what, guys, when I when I started putting effort into my appearance, not only did I feel better about myself, right? Because I looked better. I look in the mirror. I go, damn, that guy's hot as shit. Like low key, he's got it going on. But you know who else noticed? The hoes. I started getting a lot more play. Now let's emphasize. I was getting play before this, right? Getting play before this, but the amount of play that I was like, the amount of hoes I was attracting grew exponentially the more I started putting effort into my appearance, the more I started taking more frequent showers and maybe trimming up and like getting my facial hair all fixed and regular haircuts, you know, putting on nicer looking clothes. It was a shocker to me that dressing nice and dressing like you actually give a shit and like you're not homeless and poor and disgusting not only makes you feel better, but makes women more attracted to you. Now, since then, I've obviously I don't dress like that anymore. I don't dress like a e-boy. I'm a fucking grown man now, actually. But I've taken those principles. I've taken the principles of better, more precise hygiene, more direct like facial, like skincare and whatever else, and just better wardrobe. I've taken those and I've amplified them into a way that better suits my needs now. But I still feel great because I still like put effort into my appearance. I still like give a shit about how I look, And it honestly, putting effort into my appearance has just helped me in general feel better about myself. Because when I look in the mirror now, I go, damn, that guy's hot as fuck. That guy can go out and get play. You know what I'm talking about? I used to look in the mirror and just like fucking like, okay, cool, same fit every day. Oh, this is awesome. It's goaded. You know. Now I do that because I have my work fits, but I also go. I go out and when I go with my dad, I got my accessories on. I got my a wad of hair just flew in my mouth. That's so fucked up. A little wad of hair just flew in my mouth. I go like got my fanny pack. I got a little fanny pack that goes across. I got my rings. I got my bracelets. I got my other accessories. I um got some nice Jordans put on. You know, I look like presentable. I look like I give a shit about my appearance. And that honestly, again, not only makes me feel good about myself because I look in the mirror and I go, damn, that guy's hot as hell, but women also look at me and go, damn, that guy's hot as hell, you know? So, moral of the story, guys, is when you actually give a shit about your appearance and like your hygiene and making sure you don't smell like shit and that your hair isn't greasy all the time and like whatever else, people notice. Not only do people notice, but you'll notice as well. I I wish I learned this lesson sooner, but if this helps anyone, if anyone's in that rut of like just depression where they just really don't care about their self appearance and they just they just don't care like I used to. Can you just be quiet and let me like brush all your hair out because you have so much hair, please? LOL. If I learned that lesson sooner, I probably would have I probably would have felt a lot better about myself. So hopefully, yeah, if someone's watching this and they're in that same rut where they're in that depression like state where they don't want to put any effort in their appearance, trust me, just do it. It helps your self-esteem so much. Thank you.